Okay, so this is a video going over our nHaystack import enhanced app. So starting off with the import view, we're gonna have to select our connector, and then we can see both of site and history space. So let's generate record for the site space. All we have to do is we copy the nav ID, and then after we select the connector, we just paste it here and we run the job. So this will generate all the equips that we have in the site space. For history space, it's different. We're gonna have to copy the nav ID of the folder we are working on. So in this example, I copy this nav ID and I paste it here and I run the job. I have already did the site space, so I have the records here. Let's go to my site A, and we can see all the equips of site A here. And let's say I want these equips, so I prep for import and then I refresh. So as you can see, we have multiple colors for the ID. So orange says that this record has nav names. So we have got the points under this record from Niagara, but we haven't imported the record yet. If the record has the color red, that means that we haven't got the nav names from Niagara. I think we got them now. Yes, so if we refresh, we can see that all of them is orange now. So now what we can do to import the points is we have to select the points that we want to import. So let's say I want these points. So I select points for import, and then we have the import marker tag next to them. And if I made a mistake, of course, I can still remove it. I want it for now, so of course, I'm not going to repeat this process for all of the VAVs. So what I can do is I save selected points and I say, for example, this is VAV1. So I say VAV1 and then I go select all of them and import based on existing, say VAV1. Now all of the VAVs have the same template. So now that everything is done, we have our points, we can just import and we can wait for the job. Now that the job is complete, we can go to our site and check our equips with the selected points. Now, if we want to trend the history for these points, all we can do is we can go to history template and then we create a template. Let's name it VAV. Give it 15 minutes for the his collect interval and 1 for his collect COV. Now that I have this template, I have to navigate back to site A and give them the new history template, and I can check if I have any error. No, it ran, so can go back to the site. Now the point is Boolean, so we have the hisCollectCOV as a marker tag, and we have our history collect interval as set. Now going to define CSpace. So for the component space, we have multiple folders. So in my case, I have my equips under drivers, and I have two folders. I need both of them. So what I can do is I select both and I create records. Now, if we refresh the page, we can check our records here with all the informations that we need. So this is the CSV that will contain all of the equips that we will define later. Now let's navigate to Niagara Network folder and let's find site F. Okay, so we have these equips. So what we're going to do is we're going to define them as equips. Select the connector, and we're gonna wait for the job to run. And it's done. Now we can go to the IO and to Haystack connector, Niagara Haystack connector, loaded equips. We have them under drivers, Niagara network, and this is the C-space equips. Now we can see our records here. So by default, they have the site ref. If they weren't like linked to a site, we can define the site using define site, and then we just write the site name and select the connector. Okay, now if we want, okay, so let's check in Niagara. So site F, the equips in site F, they don't have the equip component. So if we want to add the component without going to Niagara, we can do it from SkySpark using our new Niagara Builder app. So starting with selecting our connector, and then we can see the records that we created in the define CSpace view. Let's go to Niagara Network, and I want to define site F. So I can I can do anything from SkySpark now instead of doing them from Niagara. So what I can do is I can add a haystack slot for the selected equips. I can keep the target filter empty, or I can select a tag that is common between all of the records. So in this example, AX type is the option. So what I can do is add, then I say AX type equals to Baja folder. Then I select the connector and I run the job. Now, this would create a haystack slot in the selected equips, as you can see. Now, as you can see, we don't have the equip component in RTU1. So if I want to add it, I can do it from here as well. So I go select RTU1 and I say add equips. Select the connector and then select the site. I can keep the target filter empty this case because it would use the nav name of the equip as a target filter automatically. And we can watch it from Niagara. Okay, and we have our component here. Now, if I want to add tags to this equip, I have actually two options. So using the apply batch tags, uh, I can select the connector, and if I have a regex that I have defined some tags for the equips, I can use it as well. We're going to talk about regex later, so let's keep it null for now. And I can add the tags manually here. So let's talk about tags. If I want to add a marker tag, we're going to add it like this. So a marker tag is just the name of the tag. And if I want to add a string, let's say string, we're going to add it like this. And a number is going to have it like this. Now, the Boolean, we're going to work with Boolean as a string as well. So we say false like this. Now, if I add these, I can see that it added them. And we can see them here as well. Now, if you want to delete a component, of course, we can do that using the button delete component. So if I want to delete the equip component, for example, I just give it the filter equip and then I select the connector and now it's gone. So we still have one function that we haven't talked about, and it's the map points to equip. So from its name, it's for the points. Let's say we want to map these points. So as you can see, the equip ref is for VAV1 in site E. So if I want to map them to another equip, so let's say I want them in VAV1 site F, now I have them under it. And we can see that here as well. So going back to the import app, um, we finished defining our CSpace. Now we can go to map CSpace to start importing to SkySpark. So in map CSpace, we have pretty much the same process in the import view. So we just navigate through our records and let's prep for import. Same process. We can use the same template that we created later. Now we can import and we're gonna have them in our builder app. Going to the CSV's view where we're going to tag all of our points. So we can see the imported records here and the points to each equip and the tag group. So what is the tag group? These tags are associated to each point using the regex. So we can get the built-in regex by generate tags, and we can import our own regex from Google Spreadsheet. So if I want to create a regex in Google Spreadsheet, I just get the points name. So what I like to do is, for example, let's get 10 points. So we can copy as CSV and then paste them here. And then we can get from project Haystack the protos. We can download the CSV from this link and import it to here. And then we can create data validation rule. I've already did that. Let's do it again. So use from B2 to B, drop down from range and A2 to A. Now I can see all the tags defined by Haystack and plain text show a warning. Now I can go through the tags defined by Project Haystack. So, and of course I can create my own tags. So let's say I just want zone temp SP for this point, so I just go with it. It's gonna show a warning, but it's not gonna create some issues. And I can do that for all of them. I did that in sheet 1, so let's import sheet 1 into SkySpark. We go to File, Share, Publish to Web, and then we select our sheet and we select the comma separated values. We copy the link and we import the regex. Let's name it regex 1. I already have one, so let's name it 3. Now it's gonna import the regex here, and how the regex work is we're going to find the point that has damper in it, for example, or command, and we're going to add the tag in the tag column for it. So if a point, let's say, for example, if a point is zone command like this, like let's say cool command, it's gonna add the CMD tag to it because it has CMD, and this work as OR. So let's go to here. In this example, we have return temp SP, and we can see return temp has return air sensor test. I don't know, I have test. And it adds all the tags to it. So we can like add more tags to here. For example, let's add for the fan, let's add fan and air. It usually takes about 5 minutes to refresh, but when it does, we can synchronize regex from cloud, and then we can find the updated version here. So this is pretty much it. After we have our tags, we just apply tags to all, and it's gonna apply all the tags to the points. And in the import template, we can edit the template that we created. So let's say I don't want these points anymore for the VAVs, I want this one. So I just update the template and I say update template, say update VAV1, and it's updated now. And the history template as well. I can see the records following this template, and I can change this. Let's make it 10 minutes. And the space template. So we're gonna select, let's say, on site F. So we don't have any space in site F, and we can see the equips with no space here. So let's create a new space. Um, we can create a custom space, or we can create a already defined space. So let's go with the ground floor. I just select the site F, and I don't have to do anything else. It's already defined. So as you can see, we have the floor number, the space, ground, and floor. And we can start adding them. Go to site F, and we have ground floor. Now we have them under ground floor. This is pretty much it. Thank you for watching.